When you come to Summit, you'll see pictures on the walls. There's a story behind these pictures. In February of 2020, there was some snow and there was a skier that was on a backcountry area doing some filming, and he crashed. He arrived to the hospital at about 10:30 at night, and he did have a head injury. Really, he had a scalp injury. The ski had lacerated almost his entire scalp off, and it was just hanging. But what he really had is a spinal cord injury, and he had a fracture dislocation in his cervical spine and a fracture dislocation in his thoracic spine. He was also hypothermic, and his friend had literally kept him alive on the mountain for these 5 hours where they were trying to get him off. We wrapped up surgery at like 8 o'clock in the morning. We had done a fusion from C5 to, I think, T5. We had also done a fusion from the front at C5-6. We had reduced both of the fracture dislocations, and we had sewn up his scalp and had the ENT come in to sew up his ear. It was an injury he could have died from, and he survived. A few days into his stay in the hospital, he had been suffering a fair amount of pain, and the realization that he would be paralyzed for the rest of his life was setting in. Louis was taken outside about 6 days after his accident to the courtyard of the hospital, and it was snowing. And I heard about this incident, and I rounded on him the next day. And so I asked him, "Louis, tell me a little bit about your experience going outside into the snow." And I'll never forget his response. He said, "I was just so grateful to be out there." And I just couldn't believe the attitude that he had. His road to recovery was long, it was arduous, but he kept just focusing on getting better and getting back to what he loved to do. This is the attitude that I hope all of us have. And the hope is that we can all focus on trying to get better the best we can and work together with family, loved ones, and caregivers in an environment where that is the focus. It's on getting better. Louis is the photographer for all of the pictures on our walls. He's the one that takes the pictures. Everybody's objective and everybody's individual summit is different. And we hope to help patients along their journey the best we can. And it was a thrill to actually go skiing with Louis after his accident. He was in a chair, and his skiing is different than it was before. A little bit more challenging, but he loves it. His life is different, but he does have his life back. And it's Louis' attitude that I just wanted to capture and remember long-term within the culture of our practice. And one of the ways that we've done that is to put his pictures on the wall.